love me, yeah, they love me. First love yourself. For that, and God we trust me. I don't trust myself. Your jewelry, I get it took.
Welcome back to It Is What It Is. This episode is sponsored by Underdog Fantasy. The app is an easy way to make some cash just by making picks on your favorite players. Underdog is available in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, and New York, just to name a few. Make sure to support the show by hitting the link in the bio and downloading the Underdog Fantasy app. They'll also match your first deposit up to $100, and you get a special pick when you sign up. I'm Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby, along with your host Mase, and then soon to be Cam.
Killer, where you at? Show up. How you doing today?
I'm great. You know we got some good news.
What's the good news?
We were nominated for a Webby Award.
Oh, I thought you said a Wemby Award.
No, a Webby.
What's a Webby
Award?
That sounds...
It's like internet's best, right?
Oh,
so we got that
goodness.
sports show podcast nomination. Make sure you guys go vote for It Is What It Is on the site to see a home team get the win.
Yeah, Cam will be joining us soon.
Yeah.
He's close by.
Yeah. So how are you doing this day?
I'm doing great. You see, I got the bright colors on. I'm feeling citrus.
This is Miami fit. This is Miami fit all the way.
This is Chi-Chi with a yayo, you know?
Good vibes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what's not good vibes is our first topic of the day. Okay, so police were searching for Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice in connection with an alleged hit and run. Body cam footage has since been released of the accident.
Body cam?
Yes. Thoughts on the incident as a whole?
So in this body cam, is he in the video or is it just...
So based off of the video footage, right, it's a Lambo racing. We don't obviously see him in the car.
No, I saw that part.
Okay,
I was thinking when you said body cam, like, where they caught him on camera.
Yeah. Well, so there are videos that have surfaced, which people are saying it's him and his homeboys leaving the scene. I'm not going to say it is, even though, you know, different people are saying it is and like, you know, lawyers and stuff like that who are involved. But it is looking like it was him that leaving the scene. So definitely, I mean, you're a Chiefs fan. Definitely got to get your viewpoint on it and knowing what you thought.
Oh,
and we are joined by Cam.
Cam.
What's good, yo?
Chilling, man. What do you think about the pause, the hit and run?
I didn't hear the question. I got clicked in after the question. What's the question?
No problem. So first, police were searching for Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice in connection with an alleged hit and run. Body cam footage has since been released of the accident. There's phone camera footage of him and his friends leaving the scene. But thoughts on the incident as a whole and then the actions that they took at the scene.
Now, remember, I told you our Titletown was on the move.
That's a different type of move. That's a different type of move.
This is a Kansas City Chiefs game. I want to know what Cam got to say to this.
Listen. These niggas is dumb, yo. These niggas is dumb. If they don't have him driving or they don't have him getting in the driver's seat or something like that, one of his niggas got to take the charge like old Tommy nigga did. Old Tommy, man. You know you got to take this, bro. You know I can't get cut, nigga. Nigga said, hey, run, that's like 8 years. Yeah, I got you. I'm going for the Supermax. You know, you already know I'm going to take care of everything. That's the best bet niggas got because nigga don't want to hit and run. Hit and run is bad because that means you don't give a fuck about who you hit. Especially if that person wasn't in the car. If it was like you actually hit somebody and kept it moving, they frown upon that. That's bad business, yo.
Yeah.
So, I don't care what team he played for, whoever that is, that's bad business. Did the person die?
No, nobody died. Nobody
but...
died, but it looks like they were racing. It looked like it was a Lamborghini and a Corvette racing down the highway, and you know, with the car, you know, we're used to driving those foreigns. So when you're driving those foreigns, they might spin out and they spin backwards. You know, outward, pause, and then from there it hit a car, and then it started hitting other cars. Like, so it was more than one car that was hit, and to think that they didn't even stick around to see if somebody was injured is crazy. That's even more crazy because they're public figures. So who knows if it was one public figure, it might be two public figures. I ain't snitching on nobody, but if he was racing somebody he knew.
Yeah.
But when they hit the cars,
maybe not though, because you know what it be. I'm not gonna say that's not true murder, but sometimes when you in
on
them
the
cars,
highway, yeah.
You on the highway, niggas always want to race you. A Civic come up because there's an engine loud.
Yeah.
Oh, man, what's up? What you want? Come on, Los. I got to do this to you. The niggas always, when you in an exotic,
you right.
two-door, niggas always want to race. It don't matter who it is. So I ain't going to say the nigga wasn't with him. He might have been with him, but when you in them joints, I hate that shit. Because nigga come revving some bullshit up. I'm like, yo, bro, you know this shit got 240 on the dash, right? I don't even know what a car looked like with less than 200 on the dash, nigga. What you win? I can't play. Let me play this game, my nigga. Don't. I was young. Yo, this is a real story. This worth everything I love, right? Me and Big Joe. You remember Big Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah. We downtown. We driving. We in traffic. I'm in a Lamborghini. He and I forget what he in, but we not no fast shit, just on some even shit through traffic. Anyway, make a long story short, I turned. A lady was crossing the street. She had to be about 57. Soon as like the brakes, it hit her. She kind of flew up in the air. I was like, fuck. So I got out, made sure.
No, I'm not laughing.
So why you laughing? I'm talking shit. You're a sucker. Well, I don't know why you laughing. You crazy, man. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, yo, damn. You all right, miss? You all right? She's like, and we on 35th Street and 3rd Avenue. She's like, I'm all right. I tell you, if you want to take my number or the insurance, however you want to handle it, because that was wrong. But I got some money on me. I pulled out the stack, like 7,000 on me. I was like, yo, you could take this 3,500 right now and we could just squash it like that. She like, so many old white people, because he was white. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm like, look, by the time we go to court and all that, that's going to take forever. And you're going to get, because you all right, you good, you're going to get this in about the same amount of money, probably in like 10, 11 months. You could take this now. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Niggas was pocket watching. You know they was pocket watching, right?
Definitely. White niggas like, don't do it. I said, you know what? There was a chant, don't do it. I said, you know what? They right. 4,000 is the right amount. Here you go. She's like, okay, thank you. They're like, no. I recorded the whole shit. I got out of there.
Yeah, you're right. People come up beside you, especially when you're driving foreign and they just go, vroom, vroom. You could just be cruising and niggas want to race.
Yeah, you're like, just choosing.
All right, let's go.
Chilling.
It's hard not to. Yeah. It's hard not to race though, especially when you know you're gonna win.
It is. Yeah, so niggas like sometimes you got to race.
Yeah.
Listen, but back to the reason I'm telling this story is because I didn't run. Yeah. I took care of business right then and there. That hit shit, niggas don't like that, big. Niggas do not like y'all was telling me it looked like they was racing. Did they hit another car or a person? Exactly what did they hit?
Yeah, they hit another car.
Yeah, they hit another
badly,
car.
Actually. Oh. And it was they had the rented Lambo, and then they left that there too.
Wow.
You know what's crazy is that? Is that you be I like how you be sneak dissing niggas.
the rented Lambo, right? And they left that too.
That wasn't even a diss.
The rented Lambo. That was a diss.
I heard that too.
It's like after
The
I
rented
said
Lambo.
it, that wasn't supposed to be one.
And they left it there. Fake ass niggas. That's what
They want to say, listen, I wasn't in that Lambo when it crashed. Somebody stole it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But see, I like that because that's another way to show Stat ain't fucking with you type nigga. She said it nicely. This is what she really said when the camera opened on. And the nigga was in the red Lambo that wasn't even rented. That mean, it wasn't even his, it was rented. Then leave it there. Nah, I can't fuck with niggas like that. I'm sorry. That's how when the camera.
No. I do talk like that, but I don't say that at all.
Yeah, how did they hit the medium wall though?
That's what I'm saying there. So me personally, I'm not even gonna share a story. I hate racing. I don't like anybody involved with racing because that, like, you just can't control anything that's going on. And I hate that feeling. Don't like being in that situation. Don't like when people do it. But yeah, like they were racing, they hit each other and then they swerved off and hit the other cars involved. And then there was another video because basically with the Lambo, where they were, everybody's recording, right? So my other thing is like, he's coming out the car with his homeboys. Like, it's kind of obvious. It's like, okay, who's out the Lambo because y'all are the ones racing. Obviously, people are recording. And then there's another video on another end of this guy basically saying, yeah, and they probably stole the car too. Like, I don't like that energy because it's like, it could have been there. Like when I was saying it was a rental Lambo, that's based off of the reports that came after. But I'm not like, I don't like the people who are now like, oh yeah, and they were probably stealing it. And I hate that narrative, but I also hate racing both. But both of those things, I just don't like both of them.
They probably was in a shootout. That's how people be thinking. When I see people speeding in Atlanta, I often think they probably shot somebody and they're trying to get away.
In Atlanta and Miami.
So move out the way.
Yeah, but
And to keep it real, Murder, Stat said all that shit and still didn't clarify what I said. I don't like racing. And then they put the stealing part in there and makes it look. You said them niggas got caught up in the rented Lambo.
They did. That's what happened.
So yeah, but we was talking about the type of niggas you don't fuck with. That's what we talking about. You changed it. So
if you rent a Lambo, I'm not gonna.
So if he pulls up in a rented Lambo,
most of the time the Lambos be rented. Like, I don't care.
Murder. I understand that it's in the report and all that, Murder, but she ain't have to say rented. She could have just said Lambo. The rented needed to be in there. Let's be clear that these the rent a Lambo ass niggas. That's what she said.
Yeah.
So, sorry, Stat.
Sorry, nothing. I did not say that. Anytime, y'all do realize anytime a conversation comes up about she doesn't like that, I'm like, because I'm not even going to have that conversation because I know how people get. But no, I don't care that they had to rent a Lambo. That's just literally what the thing said. And that's that. But at the end of the day, I'm happy everybody's safe. And, they have to deal with these things after. I feel like his friends could have definitely handled the situation better because it would have looked very different if they stayed back and made sure everybody was okay rather than fleeing the scene and him having something over his head like that's going to do something because it's like you're pretty recognizable. So
why is he recognizable with a hood on?
Because he's a wide receiver on the Chiefs. No, I'm saying he's a wide receiver on the Chiefs. So him having the scarf over his head is like, okay, who's that with the scarf over his head? Oh, shoot, that's Rasheed Wright. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that.
It's like shooting people and then throwing on a lime green hoodie.
Yeah.
Like, who is the guy with the lime green hoodie?
I was talking about, like I've been in that situation. I haven't been in that, but like, yeah.
It's like you got on all black with the lime green bandana. That's
you know what I'm saying? Like, why did they think that's what I'm stuck on? Like, who are your friends? Because they're all walking regular and he's the one person. It was like, okay, now who's this? Obviously, like, you're part of it. Like, that didn't make sense.
So they could have just drove off with him and then they handled it.
Especially like if we're keeping it real, I don't know. Hopefully he was sober. I don't know the situation, but if we're keeping it real, one person should have stayed back, even if it's not him and you want to protect your friend because he's in the league. Like he has a lot on the line. One person should have stayed back and made sure everybody was okay.
You're here, but you didn't hit my car. The Lamborghini, the rented Lamborghini hit me. What would you say to that?
It doesn't matter. Like, everybody's in. So one of y'all did it. Like, what?
But I'm saying the person who's staying behind is not his insurance.
Somebody needed to stay behind because we didn't know if somebody got hurt or not. I don't care whose name it was under. I don't care who was driving it. One person needed to stay behind just because it's just how it looks. You know what I'm saying?
The guy who hit her needed to stay behind.
Maybe it was him. I don't know. Like, we don't know the situation still.
We don't know, right?
We don't know.
A female driver.
It wasn't, but because of the pictures that we seen.
You see how she protected women?
No, that's not what I'm saying. Based off the picture, there was no women there.
Stag gonna protect the lady.
Today
it wasn't a lady. How do we know it wasn't a lady if we never saw the car?
Because off the pictures that we seen, and now we know because he said he was involved in the incident, no women were there. If a woman was there, then yeah, maybe it was the one girl. But he literally said, he didn't say, a lawyer said he was involved in the incident and he will take responsibility and do what's needed to fix the situation later.
Okay.
If there's a woman there, then yeah, she would have been involved. But we already know because this is what was said. I'm not making this up. It's written out.
No, I'm saying, how do you know he wasn't racing a woman?
He could have been racing a woman. I'm talking about the people who came out the car.
Oh, okay. All right.
Further questions? I'm playing today. But I'm glad everybody's safe. Cam, did you have one last take or was that?
That's it. Nobody ever responds to what I say. I already said, they started talking about racing women and all that. I said that you said that you don't fuck with niggas who do rented Lamborghinis. That's what you said.
Okay.
Bum ass nigga with the renting.
Clarify.
That's what I felt.
I did not say that, but if that's how y'all interpret it.
Are you getting in the car with the guy in the rented Lamborghinis? That's all.
Yes.
That's what Cam is asking.
I don't think that's a problem at all. Most of the time, the Lambos are rented. I don't care. That's that.
So hold on. You be getting mad. You be getting it. Hold on, murder.
No.
So you be getting mad Lamborghinis?
No.
So you're talking about most of the time. You fucking with mad Lamborghinis.
No. That's not what I'm saying.
You know, most of the time.
That's what I heard.
You said that.
She said most of the time.
Yes, you said
all the Lamborghinis are
I'm not
rented.
even speaking for me. I'm just talking about in general. Like most of the time.
I ain't into that.
I ain't into that.
I've never said that. But it's
I can't even laugh today, bro.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't even laugh, bro.
I ain't into that.
That's gonna be like the next question somebody asked me. Like, anyways, y'all ready?
I ain't into that.
Y'all ready?
Yeah. Oh shit.
Pat Bev
Yeah, let's go.
described an interaction with SGA where he said they forcing you left and making you step back. You know you have to have a counter for that, right? SGA told Pat Bev, all right, I got you. See y'all in June. Pat Bev responded, nah, y'all ain't gonna make it. So thoughts on the energy that Pat Bev gave SGA?
Pat Bev is pause. He's on one for real.
He is.
He's trying to play SGA. He really went for it too. Pause. And he said, "You're not gonna be there. You're not gonna be there." Pat's talking like he from Harlem. Harlem people are brutally honest like that. Do you think he's really not gonna be there in June, Pat? Pat, you going crazy, Pat. How you gonna say that to SGA? You didn't see what he did to Stephen Curry when that kind of conversation started? This is not the guy, this is not the tree you want to bark at, Pat Bev. I don't think that was a wise decision. I think if they weren't gonna make it, this gives them the fuel to do so. And if you think about it, they're 3-1 versus Denver. What do you think about that, Killer? Your boy Pat Bev is out here talking crazy to SGA. You know he can't talk like that to SGA.
he always do this. He always do this. And we always talk about it.
And
Because
then
it don't
get
matter what
traded to
team he on.
OKC.
Right, that's what I was just about to say. I was just about to say that. The next season, you play for OKC. The thing about Pat Bev, though, he don't give a fuck. He get traded. He go from the Sixers to the Bucks. He say, yo, it's a good trade. You know what this nigga say? But at least he takes accountability. This is back to being a professional. I keep saying this like for the last 2-3 weeks about Pat Bev, and I'm pissed I got to keep talking about it. But this is part of being a professional. He got on TV, say, yo, I'm glad I'm with the Bucks, great franchise, da-da-da-da. They said, what's the first thing you're going to do when you get to Milwaukee? He said, the very first thing I need to do is go get next to Damian Lillard and smooth our relationship over. Because over the years, you know, it's been competitive. I just want to win. He just want to win. I respect him as a competitor and as a man, as a person, and I got to go fix that relationship now. That's the first thing I need to do. So Pat Bev already know what he need to do just in case he get traded anywhere. He already got his slogan for the best niggas on the team that he been beefing with all these fucking years. And they're like, oh, well, I'll go fix it. I'll tell niggas sorry, I love him, all this other shit. Because he know what he got to do to stay in the league. But as far as making them comments to SGA, it's like, yo, bro, let's simmer down, Pat. Yeah. Because if Milwaukee Bucks go to the NBA Finals, which they have a chance on doing, if they do go, it's not going to be mainly because of you. I'm not going to say you're not contributing, you're not doing things that don't show up in the stat books. I'm not saying you're not hustling, but it won't be primarily because of you they get to the NBA championship. If the Oklahoma City Thunder get to the NBA championship, it's primarily going to be because of SGA. He's going to get them there if they go. That's the person that has to lead that team to get them there. So it's like a king talking to a pawn and a pawn telling the king, you ain't going to do X, Y, Z. Nigga, you a pawn everywhere you go. Respectfully. So I think that's rude. You might motherfucking be OKC next season, but this is what Pat Bev do. It doesn't surprise me. This is what he does.
He got
Murder.
a podcast.
I'm not surprised.
He got to do that.
That's my take on it.
Not that he has to do it, but he got a podcast. So what I meant to say is I expect him to do that. He's looking for anything that just puts him in the media right away, and that will be a statement to do that. With the man, they about to give each other compliments, and then somebody just busts out and go, "Yo, I ain't saying that because you won't be there come June." Why not? Why not? Who could be?
That's a good point.
Who could beat OKC? If I was SGA, I would be thinking, who could beat us? Who you think could beat us? Because the team you think could beat us, we're 3-1 against them this year. In other words, we dominate that relationship and that game.
Yeah, good point.
I might have a team that can beat them, but we'll talk about it later in the show today. Okay, so the Orlando Magic are on pace to have their best regular season win percentage since the 2011 to 2012 season. Just in general, how do you guys feel about the Orlando Magic's run so far?
Oh my goodness. I like Orlando. I don't think it's time to really put them in that conversation yet. They got some more things they have to do. I know they have 50 Cent down there. Shout out to 50 Cent. He probably gave them some good energy, pausing, and allowed them to get some toughness, but they still got to do more. They got to do more. He probably gave them some good energy, pausing, and allowed them to get some toughness, but they still got to do more. They got to do more.
Yeah. I don't know what having a rapper down there got anything to do with putting the ball in the basket, but whatever. If you give media, whatever, and marketing then for the team, yeah, that's good, but they still got to put the ball in the basket. If 50 there's some shit for him, you already know he got what he need to get out of it. He ain't going just to the Magic to see the Magic. he probably something, as I would. I ain't mad at that. I would have probably something too. But the point being is the Orlando Magic, it's almost to me like the Knicks 6 years ago. When the Knicks are almost there, but not there. Like the Knicks are way past expectations right now. That's why I say that. You look at Orlando. We don't live in Orlando. I stayed in Orlando for a little while, and they get very depressed like Knicks fans. Also, they always bring up the year that they could have beat when Shaq was there, and they got swept in the finals, and Anthony Hardaway got hurt. And they just feel they got jerked as a city when it comes to basketball because they got some passionate basketball fans out there. And right now, it looks really good for the future. Not next year, not the year after. Maybe in 2 to 3 years, they can make it to a conference finals, maybe if they get the right pieces. But you got to realize the Eastern Conference is primarily young outside of people like Damian Lillard. You got Giannis, who's 29. Tatum and Brown, who's 27, 26 years old. You got Jalen Hurts in his 20s. The East is stacked with young players, and they're doing very, very good, Orlando Magic. But I just think they're a piece away from getting a piece away. Pause. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think it's going to be 2 more niggas, but they got to get one more nigga to be like, okay, now I can go an elite basketball player. After you get one more, be like, nah, if I go join them, we can do it. We could do it. They need that. But I believe they're knocking on the door.
Yeah, I think this is one of those teams that if you add a Klay Thompson or somebody with championship pedigree to the team, then I could see them there in a couple years. But until then, I can't see it because all of the teams that are ahead of them will still be ahead of them. Whether it's Boston, in 3 years, Boston will still be probably ahead of them. And then you got Milwaukee. Milwaukee is still going to be ahead of them. And then you got the emerging Knicks and Philadelphia. That Philadelphia team is not old, and the New York Knicks team is pretty young. So I think they're just one of those teams that are just be in the mix unless they get somebody like Klay Thompson. They need somebody who's been there, that won it all, to show them how to win it all. Until then, they're just right there, I think, to me.
The Magic, I feel like Magic's fans have, a lot to look forward to. About 9 of their players are under 25. Paulo Banchero is already a beast. He's playing exceptionally well. Franz Wagner has definitely stepped up to the plate as their center. Got Jalen Suggs, new draft picks like Anthony Black. I think they have a good, I'm not going to say the strongest core, but they have a good core that they can definitely build upon. So I think that I'm excited to see, what's next for them. Granted, we see a little bit of an older team, Celtics, Sixers have some older players, but I think that they have a good footing and I wouldn't count them out right now. Right now, they are the 4th seed. They're tied with the Knicks, which I think the Magic is still one of those sleeper teams that nobody expected to be in the position that they're at right now. But I wouldn't necessarily count them out, because we get surprised all the time. I felt like OKC at first was a team that we didn't really think would be in the position that they're in. And we're like, oh, because then we see SGA popping his stuff. So I just feel like there's some pieces there that is definitely something to look forward to.
Well, let me say this. Since you can't count them out, are you going to count them in? Can we put you on a record?
That was reverse words. I don't know. Am I ready to commit?
Since you said don't count us out, can we put that on the record?
That's a legit question.
Yeah, that's Lambo.
Yeah, that is a legit
stat.
question. I'm just I don't like going. Hate is a strong word. I have to stop using that today. I don't like going against my team, but
Lambo stat. We just need an answer.
Yeah. I'm thinking about it. You know me. I had to think. A direct answer is let me.
Because Miami is on the come up. Miami. What happened to Triple J?
I don't know what's happening with Miami right now.
That's why I asked her. That's why I asked her who her team. I haven't heard about her team from her in months.
No, they're still my team. If y'all on Twitter, I be chatting.
They had terrible Terry. Didn't they have my boy
Terry? He had a good game, but I mean, we're weird. Just give us some time. So I still count my team in. Am I ready to count Orlando Magic in? As of right now, I cannot answer that. But ask me again next week.
So the answer is no.
Ask me
So
again.
my answer
You
is
never
no.
have direct answers. So I feel like I can say you can ask me next week. That's a solid
You
response.
know, it's that you're Lamboing right now.
That's a
You're
solid
Lamboing.
response. Okay. And then let's discuss
LBS.
Wemby. Wemby is the first rookie since Shaq to record a 40-point, 20-rebound game. He put those numbers up in a Knicks game this past weekend where Jalen Brunson also dropped 61 points. Thoughts on Wemby's game?
You said Jalen had 61?
Mm-hmm.
My goodness. I don't know how to feel about the 40-20 if Jalen has 60. They didn't tell us that.
Wemby's the rookie, though. That's the one that the script is in.
The fix is in. Talk about Wemby.
Nigga said,
Talk about Wemby.
Yo, murder. Nigga, Bobo said, nigga sucking dick, bro.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, I
No,
get
but literally,
it.
because everybody did kind of glaze over the 61 points. Everybody's like, Wemby, but I'm like, that 61?
61 is 61.
Right.
Which one you going with, Lambo
How much Wemby
stat?
had?
Wemby had
40 points
read
and
exactly.
20 rebounds.
40 points, 7 assists, 20 rebounds.
That was crazy.
And Jalen Brunson had 61 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds.
But he was a big man playing against all guards.
So you feel like that doesn't count?
He's supposed to have the 20 rebounds.
But are you saying it doesn't count?
No, it does count. It count is done in the NBA. I'm just saying, you know, like when you're a big man playing against all guards, you kind of gonna have your way, you know? He's having his way, but definitely having his way with the Knicks. I don't know, but the 61 from a dude 6'1" is crazy. Against somebody 7'4". This might be the new David and Goliath. 40. This how do they do that point spread where they say, I'm giving you 61 points and points, rebounds, and assists. like underdog fantasy.
Yeah. 49 and a half. Yeah.
Yeah. He almost beat all of Wemby's numbers with just points.
That's what I was gonna say. Nah, it's close. I was doing that math. I was gonna bring that up. If you add up everything, because Wemby had 17 rebounds?
He had 20 rebounds. 20 rebounds.
So you got 4. So you had 20 and then you had 7 assists or something?
Yeah.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Yeah. 20 rebounds, 7 assists.
So that's 67.
Yes.
And then what's Jalen's stats? I said Jalen's stats.
Yeah. Jalen had 61, 6 and 4.
Yeah, more.
So Jalen won. Yeah, more.
Yeah.
Like,
It was
you put
close,
it that
though.
way.
But Wemby got the win.
You put it that way.
Yeah, Wemby got the win.
And then just in
I think it
general.
was dope for both of them, though.
Okay, dope for both of them. And then how do you feel about it just in general?
That's what I just said. Once he had 61, I don't know how to feel about it.
Mhm.
You know, this guy's only 6 feet, 6'1". He gets 61 points and 6 assists and 4. Come on, man. This is crazy.
So you're conflicted.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think it's dope for both of them. Wemby again.
Yeah, it's dope for both of them. I just don't know how to feel about someone with 61 points at 6'1" versus a guy that he's going down the lanes and he's 7'4".
Yeah. I mean, height is a big difference, but I mean, still a rookie, still putting up numbers that we've never seen on the Spurs. I definitely give Wemby a lot of credit for what he has done.
No, he gets a lot of credit. I just don't know how to feel about it.
I get it. We are going to go to break, and when we return, we will discuss Joel Embiid's return. Don't go anywhere.
She called this thing about toxic. 4 years and counting. Got you feeling like an option. Maybe I'm my own problem, babe. She tired of hearing I don't know. What's stubborn in me won't fall. Dealing with this thing called trust. But she really thinking about it. She wanna be free. Why am I in this woman wanna be free?
Welcome back. Now let's get into our Underdog Fantasy picks of the day. Tonight, the Pelicans will play the Magic. Underdog Fantasy has Zion at 38.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Do you have him higher or lower, Mase?
I'm going lower. Pause.
Lower. Hey, Cam.
What is it?
Zion's at 38.5 points, rebounds, and assists against the Magic.
I'm gonna go higher.
Okay. Paulo Banchero is at 5.5 assists. Do you have him higher or lower? Cam?
Higher.
Mase?
Lower.
Okay. And Jalen Suggs is at 6 rebounds and assists. Do you have him higher or lower? Mase?
Definitely higher.
Lower.
Okay. Very contradicting.
6 points and assists.
6 rebounds and assists.
Rebounds and assists. Yeah, he's going to.
Okay.
That nigga turned into a defensive specialist. He like Pat Bev. That nigga, he was killing when he was at Gonzaga. He came to the NBA and said, "Oh, y'all need me to play defense? Fuck it. That's where my check at. That's where my check at." That's why they got his numbers like that. They ain't even being disrespectful. He's an outstanding defensive player in the NBA. He ain't what he was in Gonzaga. I'm not saying he still can't put the ball in the basket, but he figured out his lane for that team.
Okay. Download the Underdog Fantasy app.
Watch a full game of that nigga. My bad. If you download. If you watch the full game of that nigga, he be picking niggas up from baseline to baseline like it's 1988. He's a real good defensive player. Sorry, Stat. You good?
No, all good. Download the Underdog Fantasy app and you can make your picks too and let us know what you do for Jalen, higher or lower. Okay. Before we get into the question, I know
Right.
Cam had a little note.
Yeah, check it out. Look, so Underdog Fantasy is putting up some bread. I'm going to the women's Final Four in Cleveland. Murder coming with me. And look, we hooked up with Underdog and we got them to spend some bread. So if you go to Underdog Fantasy, download the app and sign up using code CAM. Of course, use code CAM. Code Mase or code STAT. You're eligible to win $150,000. So that's all you got to do. Sign up. Some of y'all may win $100. Some may win $1,000. Some may win the whole $100,000. But if you sign up with Underdog Fantasy, you will be eligible to win $150,000. And you know what? I ain't talked to them about it yet, but this is what I'm going to do. Even if my picks don't go right, which they going to go right, I'm going to still give out $100,000. I'm going to still give out $100,000. Even if my picks are wrong, you're still eligible to win $100,000. So go to Underdog Fantasy, download the app, use code MACE, code STAT, code CAM, and you're eligible for $150,000. If you already signed up, then you get money. Just use my code. You can use STAT MACE code if you want, but you know what the winning code is. You know where you with money. Trust me, code CAM, you know where the money's at. If you've been watching the show, you know what code CAM gets you. I'm not, you know.
That ain't in the script, That ain't in the script, nigga.
Yeah. Yo, Murder.
Yo, who wrote that script?
My phone froze.
Who wrote that script?
I freestyled that shit, nigga. Nobody wrote it. This is what I do. I get the key points that need to be said, and I'll be like, nigga, you can't write for me. I'm writing, nigga, you can't write for me, nigga. I get it. I know what needs to be said. I say how I say it. That's why I'm here. You know why I stopped? Let me tell you something. You know why I stopped? Yeah, I stopped getting stylists, because I started bumping into stylists in the stores that I be in on my off time. I'm like, yo, how you being here? I be in here. You supposed to go get shit that I can't get. I'm bumping into you grabbing video shit for certain rappers. And I'm like, I wear this on my off days. You gonna give niggas, Nah, you can't be my stylist. Second of all, if you my stylist, I ain't got no style.
Yeah.
I'm using your style.
Yeah, you wearing what they think.
Fucking something. Yeah, that ain't my style. You got a stylist, it ain't your style, nigga. I got rid of that. So that's when I get the codes and like all this shit. When I'm reading it, I can't read it like they want me to read it. I read it how I read it. So niggas can understand. The word perplex was in there.
Yeah.
I'm not saying perplexed style fans like that. And just so you don't be perplexed. Yo, we ain't doing perplex, nigga. If I gotta do perplex, I'll do it, but not on It Is What It Is. Unless we got a lawyer guest up here and I gotta get lawyery on him. You know, the evidence you show like I could get there if we need to. I'm not just randomly using perplex, nigga. Download Underdog Fantasy. You want 150,000? Fuck with us. If we lose, we still giving 100,000 out. Fuck with us. That's plain and simple, right, Murder?
Yeah, that's simple.
That's
the
simple.
Money talk.
That's all you gotta know. Yeah, listen. We going to the women's Final Four. We got one underdog, which we already down with. They said, Cam, spend what you want to spend. I said, it is what it is. Want to spend 150,000. Whoever uses our codes to win. If you don't use our code, you still get 100,000. Download the app or subscribe to the app and use code Cam. Mase. That's how I say it, Murder. Fuck you talking about, man? You disrespectful, man. We've been doing this too long. You kind of disrespecting me, man.
Okay, so before we move on
you know what? Matter of fact, yo, Nick, at the end of the show, let's show Murder trying to do the intro when Stat ain't here every time. Get all the shows collected up.
Y'all know it. Okay. So okay. So
I never had the intro. They never gave me the words. I was just freestyling off my head. But go ahead.
Okay, before we move on to topics in honor of the women's game, gotta have your picks for that one. So let's talk South Carolina versus NC State. Bree Hall is at 9.5 points. Do you have them higher or lower? Cam?
Lower.
Camilla's at 3.5 first quarter points. Do you have them higher or lower?
Higher.
Okay, and River Baldwin, NC State, is at 4.5 rebounds. Do you have them higher or have her higher or lower?
So I think she's gonna have 4. I'm gonna go lower. It's 4.5?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go low. She's gonna have 4 rebounds.
Okay, well, y'all heard them. They finna be at the Women's Final Four. Tap in with Underdog, and y'all can get this money. Okay, so Joel Embiid made his return versus OKC last night, and they won 109-105. So what does Embiid's return mean to you?
Killer.
Also on me? How much he at?
Let me check.
I missed that game. You seen that, Murder?
Yeah, he had 24.7 assists and 6 rebounds.
How many minutes?
29.
And where'd they play at?
They played at, let me find it.
OKC or Philly?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. They played in Philly.
And they won.
Yes.
Yeah, listen, that's tremendous. That's great numbers and great comeback minutes. And you beat a good team in OKC. I think it gives the team a bunch of confidence. And hopefully moving forward, they could gel. Mase made a good point a few shows ago, how they got players playing good on Philadelphia without him. Now, they're playing great without him, but it isn't getting them in the playoff picture. Like, you know, they slipped from probably 3rd to 7th or 8th or 6th. I'm not sure where they're at right this very second. But they're playing exceptionally well without him, but they're not playing as good with him. With him, they're a top 3 seed in the Eastern Conference automatically, 1, 2, or 3. So him playing good, I think this is good. And like Mase said the other day, him gelling with the players that are playing good or players that got traded there during his injury, that matters. That's important. We're going to see how that goes, and then we can tell you more about Philly. But being OKC last night, 29 minutes, 24 points, and a comeback game off of meniscus for 2.5 months is sensation.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I think him being out led to that type of victory because everybody else is playing so well. So when you add him back to the mix, it just happened a little bit earlier than I would is expecting. But this should be good for them.
Right.
Yeah, you know what it is too, Murder? Is that us as fans and analysts and whoever, and more analysts got more reach than others with players, coaches, GMs, owners, etc. But when people like Joel B come back, and because I'm kind of on the same page you want a little bit, when you like, I didn't expect this early. The average analyst or the average fan or the average person who watches basketball is going to say the same thing that you said, Murder, including myself. But what happens is these coaches, these GMs, the athletic team on the team, the from everybody who does what Sham does, Jason Terry does, everybody who's on the staff knows what this player is capable of if you're part of the organization. I said my man Sham because he's part of Dallas, not Philly. But they know what these players are capable of. And we're like, yo, nah, he ain't ready. Meanwhile, the coaching staff is watching him every day like, oh, nah, he all right. Oh, nah, it's March. Where we at? We at March 11th?
Yeah.
Oh, nah, we can get him back for the home game on the 25th. They see that shit. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes a person self and Mase also will say, damn, I expect that early. But I don't think they're going to throw him in the fire if they didn't see some potential in practice.
Yeah, that's true. What he missed, like 29 games or somewhere near that. I totally agree with you on that. I just think if he ends up getting hurt again, it will be catastrophic for the Sixers.
I definitely can't afford to have that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so a viral video is went around, of Russell Westbrook going head-to-head in an argument with a Hornets fan in a balloon hat. It's not clear what the fan had said to Westbrook that got him so upset, but Westbrook did respond, "Don't disrespect my name. Do you understand me? I don't give a fuck about what you're saying." So thoughts on their altercation and Westbrook actually being irritated by what the fan had said?
That sounds pretty strong. if he said that, it sounds pretty strong. It didn't sound like you want to like continue to see what he meant by that. And you're playing with a person's name. It's like a lot of times when they're singing Westbrook and stuff like that.
Right. That's
his name. His kids have to go by that name. So sometimes people take things too far. But, it is what it is.
Yeah, listen, I agree with Murder. But I was having this conversation with a GM, I won't say his name, maybe about 4 or 5 days ago. And we was talking about a certain player similar to this, same situation. I won't bring up their name because I don't have this was off the record. But when you're an athlete, sometimes people buy tickets just to fuck with you. They know what's going to tick you off if they got courtside seats. They know what's going to make you push your buttons. Because this isn't Westbrook's first time altercation with somebody at courtside. This is several times.
Mm-hmm.
And not just during that. I don't know when he did it with this particular time. He'll do it in the middle of a game. Start pointing at niggas, get them out of here, this, that, third. That comes with being an athlete. Now, you're right. Certain things as a man, you can't disrespect me as a man. He had a tough time with the Lakers when they was calling him Westbrook. I seen an interview he did. Fucked up for his kids at school, like you were saying, Murder. Fucked up when he walks around the street. That's a man's last name, and they have pride when it comes to that. But you got people who want to troll. And if you know that, you can't fight every fight. And listen, I probably think Westbrook probably ignores maybe 70, 80% of it, if I had to guess. But the other 20%, that's what they're going to make go viral. That's what they're going to talk about. And then you'll be like, man, I kept ignoring it. I kept ignoring it. They're not going to make the movie off ignoring it. KD just stuck to a fan the other day in the audience. Before he came out, they called him a bitch-ass nigga. They didn't think he's going to stop. He went back and hollered at the lady and the nigga, like, what you said? The lady talking about, oh, no, I got a basketball team. I was just seeing if you could coach. Yo, stop playing with niggas. Stop playing with niggas. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
George, you ain't see that murder?
Yeah, the NBA got to do something to protect. They got to do something to protect athletes for real. Because they don't want them to go overboard, and people are definitely pushing buttons. You shouldn't be able to get that close to people that rich.
He's laughing. And then just based off the videos, because we have seen a lot of viral videos, why do you guys feel like this is happening this much just to get a reaction? Or like, do you think?
No, it's happening too much. Whether they're doing it for a reaction or not, it's just happening too much. You're not supposed to be able to get that close to rich people. That's the purpose of them being rich. So if people can break that, then it puts you in a different space because you're not used to dealing with people like that.
So what's the solution?
They need better security in the games, you know, because when I was in Dallas, they security was really strong. Even the ladies were on point. Shout out to my boy, up there at the Dallas Mavericks, Mark Cuban. His security was on it. Even the ladies they were like, no nonsense. Back up.
Hospitality.
Yeah. Stay back there.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. New York Knicks security kind of old.
Yeah, nigga jump
I be
past
going games sometimes. I be like, I'm like, yo, this nigga's old. You still here? They gotta recycle niggas, some young niggas. Give niggas a little pension or something. You gotta think about it. It took 9 of them niggas to get Charles Oakley out of there.
Yeah.
Even though Oak a big nigga. And Oak went willingly out there while they couldn't get him out of there. Them niggas old, B. I be looking like, damn, man, I'm happy you still got a job. But if son jump off, I don't trust you.
You know it was in New York, so in New York, you got to have your security from somewhere else. Because them niggas that was trying to get Oakley out of there, it was like, nigga, I know y'all niggas. Y'all niggas better not put y'all hands on me. Yeah. Everybody knew him, so they couldn't move Oakley. Yeah. But if them niggas was from Cleveland, they would have got Oakley out of there. You leaving now. Let's go, big man. Pause.
Now maybe not Cleveland. Let's go to Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit. They got Oakley out of there.
Oak from Cleveland over there.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Okay. Well, that is all the time that we have for today. Thanks for watching. And as always, it is what it is.
Two Big Macs, like when they doing them